Welcome to the Enfield African Heritage Food Project, a community-led initiative delivered by Diversity Rights in North London. This project is dedicated to documenting, preserving, and celebrating the rich culinary traditions of African and Caribbean communities in Enfield, across London, and throughout the United Kingdom. Food is life. Food has no frontiers. Food connects people across cultures, generations, and continents. It travels with communities, adapts to new environments, and continues to carry meaning wherever people settle. Every dish tells a story. Every ingredient reflects history. Every cooking method carries knowledge passed down over generations. Food is unique because of how it is prepared and the ingredients it contains. This project ensures that these traditions are preserved, documented, and shared for future generations. Food as culture, identity, and heritage. Food is not only about nourishment, it represents identity, belonging, and cultural expression. Across African and Caribbean communities, food plays a central role in family gatherings, celebrations and ceremonies, religious and cultural events, community connections. Food helps people maintain a connection to their origins. It is a key way culture is passed from one generation to the next. This importance is recognized globally by UNESCO. UNESCO defines intangible cultural heritage as the practices, knowledge, and skills that communities recognize as part of their identity. Food traditions form a central part of this heritage, including cooking techniques, cultural rituals, shared practices around eating, knowledge of ingredients, and preparation. Preserving food heritage means preserving identity. Why food heritage must be preserved. Preserving food heritage is not only about culture, it is also about health, diversity, and sustainability. We need a variety of food for a healthy body. Traditional African and Caribbean diets are often based on natural ingredients, balanced nutrition, diverse food groups, long-established preparation methods. These diets have developed over centuries and are adapted to specific environments and lifestyles. However, there are growing challenges: loss of traditional knowledge, increased reliance on processed foods, reduced dietary diversity, disconnection between younger generations, and cultural practices. If these traditions are lost, we lose both cultural identity and valuable knowledge about healthy living. Natural and sustainable food practices. African and Caribbean food traditions are closely linked to natural and sustainable systems. Many traditional African foods are grown using methods that rely less on industrial chemical fertilizers and more on knowledge developed over generations. These include use of compost and natural fertilizers, crop rotation and mixed farming, indigenous knowledge of soil and climate, seasonal food production aligned with nature. These practices reflect a deep understanding of the environment. As a result, many traditional diets are based on ingredients that are fresh and minimally processed, nutrient-rich, environmentally sustainable, connected to local ecosystems. While modern agricultural methods are used in some regions today, traditional knowledge remains highly valuable. At a time of growing concern about food quality, health, and environmental sustainability, these practices offer practical solutions for the future. Project vision and activities. The Enfield African Heritage Food Project responds directly to these challenges. It is a 2-year initiative focused on documenting and celebrating African and Caribbean food traditions through community-led activities. These include filmed cooking demonstrations featuring traditional recipes, oral history interviews capturing lived experiences and cultural knowledge, a professionally designed community cookbook, a touring exhibition in Enfield libraries, an African food and culture festival, a dedicated YouTube channel to share knowledge widely. Each year, the project will engage hundreds of residents directly and reach thousands more through digital platforms. The aim is not only preservation, but accessibility and relevance for wider UK audiences. UNESCO recognised African food. Some African food traditions have already been recognised by UNESCO for their cultural significance. These include couscous, recognised for bringing communities together and preserving traditional preparation methods. Atieke, recognised for its specialised knowledge and its role in cultural identity, particularly among women. Tiboudienne, recognised as a symbol of national identity and shared heritage in Senegal. Communal food practices linked to staple foods, recognised for their role in social cohesion. These recognitions highlight the global importance of African food heritage. African foods with potential for future recognition. Many African food traditions also have strong potential for future recognition. These include jollof rice, representing cultural identity and regional pride across West Africa. Injera, an Ethiopian communal dining, reflecting shared eating practices. Fufu and traditional soups, symbolizing communal eating and continuity. Ugali and similar staples, central to daily life across East Africa. Traditional fermentation practices, such as palm wine. These foods represent complete cultural systems, combining knowledge, skills, and social practices. Recognizing them would strengthen the global visibility of African heritage. Local relevance, Enfield and the UK. In Enfield, these food traditions remain active. African and Caribbean communities continue to cook, adapt, and share these dishes in their daily lives. While the project is locally based, its impact extends across the UK through the cultural inclusion, public education, community cohesion, long-term heritage preservation. Digital platforms will ensure these stories reach wider audiences. The Enfield African Heritage Food Project is building a lasting legacy. It ensures that food traditions are actively preserved, documented, and shared. Food is life. Food has no frontiers. By protecting food heritage, we protect culture, identity, and knowledge for future generations. The future of cultural heritage in the UK depends on how well diversity is valued and supported. This project is a practical step towards that future.